Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of my 3-part update for October, November, and the first part of December. This is just this general stuff I bought for, there's no special occasion for it or anything like that, so yeah, this is, like I said, part 2 of 3, but we'll jump right into it. First off, we've got 2 DVDs to show, and then the rest are Blu-rays. So the first DVD is Red Eye. Picked this up for about $2 at Movie Stop. Every time I saw this in a store, I always passed on it, but I have been wanting to see it, and I really enjoyed it. I mean, it was a fun as in entertaining. It kept me entertained and enthralled in the story, and it's almost a 2-hour movie, so yeah, and it takes place mostly on a plane. For those of you who don't know exactly what it's about, Rachel McAdams plays she works at a hotel, and she's flying back, and while on the plane she's confronted by Cillian Murphy's character, who is a paid assassin, and he kind of corners her and threatens to kill her father if she doesn't help him assassinate this senator, and the senator happens to be staying at her hotel, and what he needs her to do is call and switch his room so his men or whoever can get a better shot, and so she does everything she can to avoid doing this. And like I said, really fast-paced movie. I didn't feel like it's an hour and 25 minutes, so maybe yeah, it didn't really feel that long. So, but again, if you see this, I would pick it up. Good watch. Next up, we have a movie called The Greatest. I discovered this at where I work, which is why I love working at a video store, because I probably never would have found this film. Like I said, that's why I like working at video stores so much. You find all these like little gems that otherwise you would have probably never found otherwise. So, but this stars Susan Sarandon, who I really like, Carey Mulligan, and Pierce Brosnan. And the story is Susan Sarandon and Pierce Brosnan's son was killed in a car crash, and he was actually killed when he and Carey Mulligan's character were on their first official date, and so after the crash he passes away, and then she shows up at their house, and she's having his baby, and she has nowhere else to go, so they take her in. And it just brings up all kinds of painful memories, and it's just a movie about dealing kind of with death and how people deal with it differently, and the acting and everything is top notch, and just a good little movie here. Alright, on to the Blu-rays. First up, we have one of my favorite films of the year. It is Crazy Stupid Love. I didn't get to see this in the theaters, and I was really disappointed because I missed it, and so I was really eager to get this when it came out. Mainly I wanted to see it because of the cast. I really like everyone in this cast. You got Julianne Moore, Steve Carell, Ryan Gosling, and the brilliant Emma Stone. And it's kind of, one of those stories that focuses on, it has little stories in it, and then they all come together. And when they all come together, it's definitely one of the funniest parts in this film, but it's done really well. It is, I guess you could call it a romantic comedy, but again, a really, really good one. Even the guys I work with are recommending this movie to people, so I mean, it's like even a good one to watch for the guys. It's got a great bromance between Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell's characters, and they got some pretty funny moments. And I don't know, just a really good movie, and this is also the movie that has made me kind of develop a huge crush on Ryan Gosling. Before I saw him in this, he was, I didn't think, he was good, but I didn't really notice him. I knew him he's the guy from The Notebook, but holy cow, whatever he's been doing, I don't know, he's just amped it up, and whew. I also loved him in Drive. That was awesome. Awesome movie. If you get a chance to see that, do. It's great. But anyway, so definitely, oh, he's magnificent in this movie. Yeah, see, look at that. Look at that. Holy cow. But no, I guess the only complaint I would have would be I wish they would have focused on Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling's story a little more than they did, but overall, excellent film. And I just want to mention how much I love this cover art. I love the colors and everything about it. That's why I had to get the combo pack. They have just a single disc Blu Ray edition, but I wanted the slipcover and this particular cover art. So there you go. Highly recommend this one, guys. Next up we have Donnie Darko. I've yet to see this, I still haven't watched it, but it was on sale for $10 and I had a coupon for $3 off, so I had to pick it up. It's a really nice 4-disc set, comes with slipcover and everything, so, and I've been wanting to see it for a while. I've caught bits and pieces of it on TV, but I've never, you know, got to see the whole thing in one go, so, had to pick this up so I can finally watch it. But I know a lot of people like this film, and I've read a lot of good things about it, and I really like the cast. So, yeah, can't wait to give this one a go. Next up we have Dr. Horrible's Sing-Along blog, the only work of Joss Whedon that I didn't own, and I've been wanting it forever. Amazon had it on sale for $5.99, so I picked that up really quick, because it was only on sale. It was like one of those really quick price drops, so I snatched it up. And I absolutely, again, love this cast. First of all, you've got that's Nathan Fillion. That's Felicia Day, who's also awesome, but I absolutely love Nathan Fillion. And of course, Neil Patrick Harris is pretty freaking awesome himself. So you just got all-star stellar cast in this. And of course, Joss Whedon never fails to disappoint. I've only seen this once, and it was a while ago, and if I remember correctly, it's pretty much about Neil Patrick Harris. He wants to, you know, become a supervillain and be accepted into the Evil League of Evil. That's a great creative name there. Nathan Fillion plays Captain Hammer, and I really want one of those t-shirts. I've seen one online, and I really want one. But he is kind of like the golden boy of supervillains. So, you know, of course, those two fight it out. And then Neil Patrick Harris's character has a crush on Felicia Day's character, so he's trying to win her over. But, of course, Nathan Fillion swoops in, and it's just really funny, really creative, really different. And I really recommend it. Obviously, if you've seen any of the sorry, I cannot talk tonight. Joss Whedon is a genius, so if you've seen any of his other work and you haven't seen this, I really recommend you check it out. Awesome, awesome, awesome stuff. Next up, we have one that most people have shown, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but it is, of course, Jurassic Park trilogy on Blu-ray. I mean, what can I say about these films? They're awesome, and I like all three of them. Of course, the first is the best, but I do enjoy the second and third. They're still a lot of fun. I'm going to just touch on my opinions on the quality, since obviously everybody knows the films. But the picture quality, you're not going to get a crystal clear. It's not crystal clear, you know, picture. I mean, it was made 20 years ago, almost. Wow. But so it's still grainy, which is good. I mean, I would hate it if they had made it look like it was made last year or something, because it's just, I don't think they should have done that, and I'm glad they didn't. I haven't watched the second or third one yet, so I don't know, I can't really comment, but what I was really most looking forward to the most, sorry guys, I told you I can't talk tonight, I've been writing papers, and so I've got all kinds of words floating around in my head. But anyway, the audio quality was what I was looking forward to the most, and I had to say it was awesome. I went and hijacked a friend's sound system because I do not have a fancy home theater or anything like that, and it was amazing. My goal was to get the neighbors to think we had a pet dinosaur over there, but it was excellent. These films are definitely must-haves. You must have to own them on Blu-ray. It's definitely worth getting them. And I was surprised how well the dinosaurs still looked really good. I was a little worried they wouldn't hold up, but they do. So, obviously, go out and get yourself a copy if you haven't already, which I know most of you have because I've seen them in your updates. Alright, next one up, we have The Wolfman. I've been wanting to get this since it came out. I just haven't gotten around to it. But I got this for $8 from my work. So I was happy to get it for that price because I've been looking for one with the slipcover. So glad we had one, and it was so cheap. I saw this in theaters. I remember thinking it was okay, not bad, but not great. And I want to watch it again. And plus I really like Emily Blunt, so you know, I want to get as many of her movies as I can in my collection. And of course you got Anthony Hopkins. I liked him in this as well. Benicio del Toro, he played the main character. He's fine, I guess. I've never really cared for him as an actor, really. But, of course, a remake of the original Wolfman, which I have yet to see, but it is included on the Blu-ray set. Ooh. And I haven't seen the unrated cut, so yeah, I look forward to watching this again. I heard the picture quality on this is really good, and since it mostly takes place at night, that's where like I've said before, at least for me, that's where Blu-ray really shines, is, you know, in the darker scenes you can get a lot more detail and everything, so I look forward to watching that again. Next up we have Water for Elephants, and this is the Target exclusive that came with a different slipcover that opens up. You get Robert Pattinson there, and then underneath it's same thing. And this one also, the Target exclusive, also came with a DVD copy as well. I didn't read the book. I still haven't read the book, so I can't compare. But I really like this film a lot. The circus always makes for an interesting backdrop, so made everything a little more interesting. And the cast, I really like the cast. Reese Witherspoon, and I'm gonna admit it here, and I'm not ashamed. I do like Robert Pattinson. I do think he's a good actor, but he just doesn't, he just has to work with the material he's given in the Twilight film, so it's not very good to begin with. But all the other films I've seen, I've really liked him in, so yeah, I mean, he does a good job in this one. I'm gonna admit it. I don't care. And of course, and it also stars Christoph Waltz, who plays a bad guy so well. Oh, he's so good at being bad. But like I said, I don't know how it compares to the book, but I really liked the film. Pretty much Robert Pattinson's character, his parents die, and this all happens in the first like 5 minutes, so I don't think I'm really spoiling anything. But so he can't pay. He's in veterinarian school, and it turns out his parents owe a lot of money. So they take the house and everything and can't afford to go back to school. So he runs off and he hops aboard a train that just so happens to belong to a circus, where he gets a job. They hire him as their veterinarian, and there he meets Reese Witherspoon, who is married to Christoph Waltz, who is the ringmaster, owner, and everything. So, and then those two, of course, they get involved in all that, so I don't want to tell you too much of the story and spoil it, but very good. I like this one a lot. And last but not least, my most recent pickup is The Help. This is my second favorite film of the year. I absolutely love, love, love this movie. And I have an interesting story to go with this movie, actually. My mom and I went to see it in theaters, and she's not a movie person, really. So I was surprised. She said she wanted to see this, so I went with her. And while we were watching it, we experienced an earthquake. If you live on the East Coast, you will probably remember it back in August. If you don't, then you probably hadn't even heard about it. It wasn't like a huge, big deal or anything, but it was, I think, the most powerful one that's hit the East Coast in decades. I mean, it was like a 5 point something, and so we don't experience many earthquakes here, so it was kind of a big deal. And the theater started shaking, and an earthquake was not the first thing that came to my mind. They were actually putting up a display outside the theater, so I thought one of the trucks had maybe backed up too close to the building or something, or some kind of heavy equipment or something like that. And then the shaking, it didn't stop, so I was like, okay. So I will forever associate this movie with the earthquake. So, but no, every performance in this film was just absolutely brilliant. And it of course stars Emma Stone, Viola Hughes, Octavia Spencer, and Bryce Dallas Howard, and it also has Jessica Chastain. I don't know how you say her last name, but she really stood out in this as well. She's been in a lot of movies lately. She's kind of like a rising star, I guess you could say, but she was in The Debt. She was in Tree of Life. She did a great job in both films, and I really liked her character in this movie. But anyway, the real stars were Viola Hughes and Octavia Davis, who played Minnie and Aibileen, the two maids that are at the center of the story. And if you don't, again, I haven't read this book either, but this is also based on a book. And if you don't know the story, it's pretty much Emma Stone's character comes home to Mississippi. She wants to be a writer, so she's trying to find her big story, and she decides that she wants to tell, write a book from the perspective of the African-American maids who work and take care of, pretty much raise white people's children, and just tell what it's like for them and all the struggles they go through. It's such a good movie, and a couple parts made me kind of want to cry a little bit, but please, I'm urging you to watch this film. It's amazing. And again, the performances in this, everybody is excellent, but nobody really overshadows anyone else. So it's just a wonderful movie to watch, and I really hope this gets some kind of nomination. It really deserves it. So, wow. There you go. That's the part 2 of my general update there. The next part, hopefully, if my stuff ever gets here, will be the Black Friday haul. Like I said, I'm waiting on 2 things to get here. They were back ordered, but I'm trying to wait for those till I do the video. But other than that, that's it for this part. So again, you guys are awesome. Thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon.